G'day guys, thanks for clicking on the video. So as you can see, and as you read from the title, I'm making a bushcraft landing net. But I won't do any more talking now. Let's go back to the beginning, show you how I got it to this stage. Thanks for watching. Let's get into it. Alright, I'll run you through this knot that I'm using. I don't know the name of it. It's not a lark's head. As I go over the top, I take each end, each tag, bring it around the outside and back through that loop. Once again, go around the outside and back through that loop. You just pull it up tight. That's it. So I'll give you a real close-up of that, just in case it's a knot that interests you to have a try of. Right, so that's my net done. Oh, I wish it was done. That's the cords all lashed on around the top. Now I'm about to start go through, tile the actual net. So to do the net, it's simply you find the cord that you've lashed on, take one side of it, and then you take the next cord closest to it as you go along, and it's just an overhand knot. Alright, so I've been working on this thing now, it seems like an eternity. I've probably got 5 hours invested into tying the net, just to give you an idea of how long it takes. Now you don't necessarily have to make the netting this small, just because primarily you're using this to net something larger. Anything small you can possibly beach it. But if you're using primitive hooks, then a net certainly helps, because you never know when the hook's going to pull out of the fish, which I've found the hard way. So having this, and also if you're out in the salt water, you might be reeling your line and you might have a crab hanging onto it. With this, I can get behind the crab and actually catch the crab when he lets go of that bait and tries to swim away. But as I said, yeah, about 5 hours I've got into tying these knots, and I have started reducing it somewhat. So as it starts to bunch up, I'll show you an example here. As the netting starts to bunch up, I'll just take like a couple other lines and just tie them together, and then cut off the extra lines. So I've still just got 2 coming out of the bottom of it, and I'm just melting the ends to stop the knots coming undone. So I've done that in a number of spots. So then I'm just going to go around and gather up all those at the same height. Pretty decent. And take some more of my line, go around a couple of times more, then I'm going to fold the net back on itself. Alright, so I've done a few half hitches. Now I'm going to fold that back over so that it can't slip out from under my cordage. So if I slip it over like that, and then I'll continue to bind that and throw in another half hitches. Certainly believe in making my life difficult. So what I've done, well, I've made a net for a start, so that's the finished net. But there's a lot of splitting in this timber. It's rubbish timber that we've got here that I'm working with, but I thought I'd utilise it anyway. And as a result, you get these big cracks coming up through it, which you can see right there. It's a huge crack running through it. There's a lot of smaller cracks. So I've just got some bank line and just bounded on in a few spots where the cracks were. And hopefully that'll prevent it from spreading, and it'll still give it some structural integrity. But this big one, not going to use bank line on that. Got some thicker cord here. It's not paracord, it's just some other cheap stuff that I've been using, but it is UV stable. It's pretty strong and it doesn't stretch. So I'm going to bind this on. I might go all the way from there all the way up to here. It'll give me a good grip as well when I'm landing those big fish. If you've seen my my videos and my fishing efforts, you'll get the joke about me landing big fish, because I don't generally land that many fish. But that's going to change. Oh yes. And the other benefit of this, if you are in a survival situation, got all this cordage at hand, so I could undo the bank line, I could undo this line, so I could use this to make a shelter. I could use the bank line for fishing line. Then I've still got my net to land a fish in if I get one. Alright, well there it is, the Bushcraft landing net, net making 101. Now all I've got to do is go out and catch a fish and try this thing out. But that's going to be in another video. Until next time guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't checked out my other videos, check them out. Lots of stuff going on there, lots of different videos. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so to show your support, and also so you can find the channel again easier. But that's it, that's my spiel. Till next time guys, thanks for watching. See you around, stay safe. That's a wrap.